Welcome back to the channel and to part 2 of the English versus Irish horses, where we compare the relative strength of both English and Irish horses heading into the Cheltenham Festival in 6 months time. My last video was showing comparing the hurdlers, both English and Irish, and I'll leave the link at the end of this video in there. We'll start off with a big race, the Cheltenham Gold Cup, and last year it was won by an Irish horse and it looks like it's probably going to be the same again. The current market leads A Plutard 3-1, Manila Indo 5-1, Envialen 8-1, and they're the top 3 in the market, and they're all trained by Henry de Bromhead, who is having a very good time of things at the minute. The favourite A Plutard won the Betfair Chase by 22 lengths and wasn't even asked a question by Rachel Blackmore, and that form was very good, even though some of the horses in behind probably aren't as good as the ones were. Manila Indo also had a very good comeback, although it was beaten by Fordon at Leopardstown, but you could tell the horse needed the run there, and it will improve a long way. And Envialen 8-1, it had a very good comeback, winning by 22 lengths after having a few problems and falls last season, and I think it's entered in the John Dercombe this weekend. And I think if it does step up to 3 miles, it could have a live chance in the Gold Cup, as it does have that star quality. Compared to the English horses, the current shortest in the market is Chantry House at around 10-1, and although that did win a few good ones last season, it was probably lucky as Envialen fell, and it looked like it was probably going to be beaten at Aintree when the other horse fell, so it was almost handed 2 good ones, and I don't think it is a top grade 1 quality horse. Moving on to the Champion Chase, and Shishkin for England is currently the 6-4 favourite. This horse has won 8 on the spin now, over hurdles and chasing, and won the Arkle last year over 2 miles. That was a very impressive display, beating All Mankind comfortably, and it won again at Ascot and has put in some very good performances this season. Energumene and Chacun Pour Soi are both 5 and 6-1 in the market and represent Ireland's best chances in the race so far. Energumene steps out of Norris Company and it will be a test, but I think this horse does have star quality, and Chacun Pour Soi is also a very good horse, although it has struggled at Cheltenham on a few occasions now. Other horses with a chance include Nube Negro, who will probably take on Chacun Pour Soi at Sandown this weekend, and that'll be a very interesting clash. It's race fit after its impressive comeback at Cheltenham, winning a Grade 2, beating Politologue by 6 lengths, and that form reads very well. So at this point in the Champion Chase, I do think it is very even, although Shishkin is the standout horse if he can continue his form from last season. Moving on to the RSA, and it looks like the Butts are actually on top in this race. When you look at the current favourite Brave Man's Game, that is currently 2 from 2 over chasing, and it's beaten horses like Fusel Raffles and Itchy Feet, which are both very respectable horses. Add to the performance of Ahoy Senor, that shortened him to 6-1 in the betting after a 32 length romp at Haydock at the weekend, beating Mr. Incredible. Mr. Incredible's jumping did fall apart, but that was still an impressive performance nonetheless, and will be a very fun horse for connections. Galopin des Champs is probably Ireland's best chance. It's currently around 6-1 in the market. It hasn't jumped a fence in public yet, but after winning the Martin Pipe at Cheltenham over 3 miles and a Punchestown Grade 1, it does have the quality over hurdles, and if he can translate that form over fences, then he will be a very interesting horse and a big player in the RSA. And the final race we're going to preview is the Arkle, and it's all about appreciating that he's been very well supported, suggesting that is the race Willie Mullins is targeting him for, and it's currently 5-2 in the betting. I think if he can jump a fence, then it's his to lose after his performance in the Supreme. Winning the Supreme by 20 lengths, even though there was a concern over his speed for the race, just showed how good of a horse he has. And both of the wins at Leopardstown earlier on in the season were also very impressive, beating Ballyadam. The English challengers are probably headed by Third Time Lucky, who has put in some good performances over chasing, and Dan Skelton has got all of his battalion jumping well. So they're the 4 chasing races rounded up. I think at this point in time, I think the English do have a few chances of getting good winners. If you look in the form of Boivman's Game and Shishkin, they are top class horses who have taken to fences well. Although when you come to the Arkle and the Gold Cup, it looks very much Ireland's race to lose. So thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and comment with who your favourite horses are coming into the jump season.